Welcome to C.HR with Ariaunstewart. Today we have Miss Tiana Nicole on. Thank you so much for joining me for the show.
Thank you for having me.
So you are a makeup artist, super talented makeup artist.
Thank you.
Viral TikToker.
Yeah, just a little bit, just a couple of times, yes.
Awesome. So if you want to just introduce yourself to everyone.
Well, hello, Miss Tiana Nicole is my name. Born and raised Springfield, Mass. What else?
How long have you been doing makeup for?
Oh, geez. So, technically I started makeup back in 2014, like just doing it on myself. But I've always been like an art type of person, so I love colors, I love creating. I'm not the best drawing person, but when everything comes together, that's my thing.
Yeah.
So,
awesome.
At first, makeup was like just putting it on your face just to cover up stuff. But then I saw like the art behind it.
Yeah, exactly.
And it became like a really fun thing for me to do. So from 2014 to 2016, it was just myself. And then I started doing the YouTube video.
Yeah.
So, which was a hot mess. It's gone. Don't okay. It's gone. It was so bad.
You had like a series of YouTube videos, or you did like...
I had like a bunch of makeup tutorials.
And you got rid of all of them?
I did. You know what? They're in archives. So if somebody really wants to know where I started, I can be like, here you go.
Right.
Which is always good to look back on your journey. So I'll probably repost it. Y'all will be able to see it.
One day.
But starting off, it was just fun for me. So I enjoyed that. And then 2016, someone was like, hey, I love your makeup. You do it well on yourself. Do it on me.
Yeah.
And then at first I was like, girl, no, let me not. But then I did it, and I realized I like doing makeup on other people more than myself.
Really? And why do you say you like it more on other people?
The process of it is really nice. To transform someone, but in the best way.
Yeah.
Accentuating people's natural features and like really bringing out what someone already has that sometimes they don't even know.
Right.
It's always fun, and also just it's a luxury. Makeup is a luxury service, so to have someone just sit quiet or talking, but you're being catered to for like 45 minutes to an hour and a half, so y'all know the time.
Right.
Because you're like, how long does it take? A while. Sit down.
This is an art form.
It's an art, and it's a luxury. It takes sit down. But just that entire process of me being able to service someone and give someone a new experience.
Yeah.
It's something different.
And I can imagine that like you have people who are coming in and they're probably like, they need that boost of confidence.
Oh, definitely.
Because you do it for all different types of events, right? Special occasions, weddings, all of that.
And usually, like, if it's a first-time mother for a baby shower, she's never had her makeup done. Or it's a woman who's, like, a mother who's always catered her time and money to her children, but she's never catered to herself or pampered herself. So it's just a little tiny treat. So giving them that experience, like they'll realize, wow, this is something I should want to do. Yeah. And makeup is definitely more than just covering up. Like you're accentuating the beauty you already have. But again, it's a luxury. It's something that you can enjoy, and it's fun. It's just fun to transform your eyes to like a cut and it's like, ooh. And then lashes. It's a good time.
And you do an amazing job. I got to get my makeup done.
She sure did.
Yeah.
Thank God I was free.
Right. Worked out perfect. So let's talk about your background. So you said 2014 was around the time that you started really taking it more seriously for yourself. What education did you do to prepare for this? Did you study any other makeup artists too?
So at first, the first part of education, I think for everyone, is like self-taught. Like you're looking at YouTube videos, you're trying to learn things on your own. So I think pre-2018, like YouTube was the place to go to learn whatever you wanted to learn if you didn't go to school. So a lot of what I learned was on YouTube. Now I had like black women down pat. Like I could be any black woman's face or black person's face. Like whoever you are. If you're black, I got you. Right. But at the time, if I wanted to be a makeup artist, I want to say I'm a makeup artist all around. I can do anybody's face.
Any skin tone.
Whatever, any skin tone, skin type, whatever. So I went to Jolie Academy while it was open. I think late 20s or early 2016. Because once I did my first client, I was like, oh, this can actually be a thing. Let me look at it seriously. Yeah. And it was actually my parents who told me like to seriously go about it.
Nice.
Which was really like looking back, I was like, oh wow,
that's really supportive.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people don't have that support or that person to be like, go for it,
go for your dreams.
So they were the ones to say go for it, as well as fund the go for it. So shout out to them for that part.
That's awesome.
But I did Jolie Academy, and unfortunately they didn't really have a lot on makeup, but they had a lot on skincare.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't know, in order to have a bomb makeup application, your skin does have to be
taken care of.
It has to be taken care of.
Yep.
And now some people, they just don't know what their skin needs. So for me to be an educator on both skin and makeup, it helps people have like a full face, but also after you take it off, you still look okay.
Right.
Because we don't want you looking like a ghost after you take it off. So Jolie was really good to teach me all that, but again, they didn't really teach me much on makeup, but it did give me like a step in with doing makeup for other people by going to Sephora. So Sephora was like, oh, you have education. Cool, you can work here.
So now you got a leg up and getting in there.
Exactly.
And then how was your experience at Sephora?
Well, it's no secret that there has been like controversial issues with like race when it comes to Sephora, and especially if you're like in an area that's mostly black and brown people. You have other people coming in that are not from here, so they're going to use like racial tactics behind
closed doors,
or while doors are open, unfortunately. So on that side, it was really hard because you don't want to see black and brown people coming in being profiled. Being the only black girl working there, it's like, well, I don't want to be the angry black woman. I also don't want to be the black person that they can step on.
Exactly.
So it was battling that, but at the same time, it was beautiful to see a black person walk in and they see me and they're like, come here. Or I would have regulars that be like, is Tiana here today? And it's like, yeah, I'm here. And we'll just talk through and get makeup. So that part was absolutely beautiful, as well as the free makeup. But that part was always fun. But I did finally get to have 2 makeup classes where they teach everything behind all the products there, but also doing different faces. So that's when I was like, here we go. This is where I'm really gonna take in all the knowledge, because Sephora, it's like a French brand, so like that's top-notch makeup artistry. Like you're not gonna get any better than that. And with a place that has different type of makeup products. That's a win-win. You learn
a little bit of everything while you're there.
So after I got that education, I got out. I was good. I was like, thank you. That's all I needed to know.
Awesome. And then let's talk about TikTok. So how did you go viral? How did all that start?
Honestly, first of all, going viral is a lottery. Like, you just get lucky. Like, just, literally, you can post anything simple and it will just be like, oh, 1 million views. The first time I went viral was...
The first time.
Because you're gonna see it. The first time I went viral was when, I think it was like the Friends TV show anniversary. And I remember commenting on a TikTok saying like, this is cute, but Living Single was the original. And I remember a kid replying saying, wait, what are you talking about? I was like, you never
they don't know.
Living Single?
A lot of people
and
don't
I'm 20, turning 26, but like I know what Living Single is. Like, it's part of our culture. So I was like, okay, well, I think it was February, so I was like, I don't know why. I just grabbed my phone, I went to the mirror, I was like, black facts you didn't know, because who was going to tell you? I don't know why that came out my face, but it was like, this is a black fact. You didn't know this, and nobody's gonna tell you because they're not teaching this. So all I said was, Friends is not an original concept. And I thought I was just making a video and I just went to sleep. I woke up the next day, comments, phone going on
crazy.
And I'm like, what's the issue? What leaked? And I was terrified. I'm like, oh no. And there was this people like going, wait, what's Living Single? Oh my gosh, I never knew this. Oh my goodness.
Really crazy.
They stole the idea. Oh my gosh. And it just went nuts from there. So part of it was like, this is cool that I can like share stuff. But another part was like, I can tell specifically black kids like of their culture, whether it be history, pop culture, or just terms that they need to know as a black youth growing up and people trying you. Being able to give access to that, because schools aren't teaching that, especially during COVID. It was like, it was a weird time. So to be that person was weird. So that was the first time I went viral.
Nice.
And then the rest was just me being me, and everyone like, I can relate. Boom.
And I think it's cool that you ended up going viral for something else, which is like, it's awesome to go viral for obviously your craft and makeup, but for people to be able to see another side of your personality.
Yes.
And then be able to find out more about you and what you do.
Which was really dope, because it's like, I feel I'm like a well-rounded person.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
There's different factors. So the fact that I am a makeup artist, but people also know me as an educator and all those things. It's like, wow, this is dope.
How do you feel about social media when it comes to like mental health and how it's affecting like the youth today?
I think the youth you have to be very careful when it comes to social media. Like, especially this day and age is much more different than like me growing up. I think Instagram came out when I was a junior in high school.
Yeah,
so I was partially not grown, but I was coming into being a young adult. So there were some lessons I had already learned, but
we still had MySpace though.
We did,
and we had MySpace and Facebook. I wasn't big into.
Well, I think it is. I think it's like the whole photo and video part of it. Like we didn't like if we took a photo, it would be pixelated. Like you couldn't see.
Right. It was not the same.
I think now like the idea around image is like the biggest thing now.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah.
So as far as like mental health goes, you gotta know when to like cut yourself off. Like taking a day off or a week. Unless it's really your business,
right? You
don't have to be on it all week.
24/7.
24/7. Yeah. Scrolling. Not only because, you know, you're kind of wasting a day, but also like what you're putting into your mind. If you're being inspired by what you see, cool. But if you're comparing yourself with what you see, like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. I wish I could look like that. Oh my gosh, this person looks like they're rich. Oh my gosh, I'm so poor. All the things that you see someone that's a blessing for them, but you're putting it as like a quality of yourself that you don't have.
Yeah, like I feel like people who have issues with negative self-talk, I know I've had an issue with that myself before, but it's like it can get even more in your head.
For sure.
Yeah, when you're constantly comparing to other people.
And sometimes like when you're young, you don't necessarily know when to shut it off, because there is that bit of serotonin when you post a selfie and all of a sudden you get so many likes.
Stuff starts flooding in and all that,
Or when you do something that's probably not what you would usually do or usually post, but people seem to like it. You get imposter syndrome where you feel like I have to be this person, but you're really not. So that part where it really gets in your head, and then now you lost yourself. And you don't know who you are without all these likes and stuff. And also, you follow a bunch of people who, they seem like they have a lot of money, they seem like they're super happy. People don't, except for me, because I post everything that happens in my life. But people don't show like the other side of things. And you're not going to see it, and you wouldn't think about it. So never comparing yourself, as well as following people who inspire you and who look like you. Like for me, I follow a lot of plus size black women who have alternative style. Like this inspired me great.
And I know what you're saying too, because my feed is honestly mainly black women. People are in like my line of business, people who influence me in different ways. And you can, and social media is funny because it's like you can really cater it to that. So there was a point where I remember people were like, oh, you're not seeing enough, you know, black people being shown. But I'm like, for me, I see it all the time.
Exactly.
Because I'm like, I'm living in a different world, I guess. Because that's what I'm looking for.
And you choose who you follow. So I see people like, I don't see enough black people. I'm like, are you following
the black people? Yeah, exactly. Do you feel, well, how do you feel like you've had an impact on people who are watching you? I can imagine you're inspired.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even mean to. I get messages every day, like paragraphs, and people are like, oh my gosh, you inspired me to do this and the third. So I think the biggest thing is the young black girls who are standing up for themselves. So when I was in middle school, for example, the guys used to have this thing where they would say, oh, I won't date a girl that's darker than Beyonce.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I mean? Like now at our age, we're like, please.
Right.
But at that age in middle school, I was like, but what did I do? Like, wait. And then also it's like, I feel angry, but I'm not sure why.
Because it's not like, I remember that feeling. It's like, I don't really want but
it's like, there's something you said that bothers me. And so back then I thought, oh, that's just what they like. But now, because of what I know, I'm like, okay, that's colorism. Okay, that's talk that they heard other men say. Okay, that's anti-blackness. okay, that's rooted in this. Like like now that I have the information, I can say, okay, that's not true because this person has this. It's that. So I feel like with my videos, Black girls are able to watch and be like, okay, now I know how to defend myself. Yeah. Now I know why certain things aren't true, and now I'm educated because there's a lot of things that schools are not teaching that they're doing now. Right. So I feel like that Black girls have definitely told me how like I inspire them. Plus, like being plus size, it's always weird for some people for some stupid reason, but the fact that I embrace my fashion and my body, and really I'm myself 24/7 has helped girls like, oh, I want to be like this, and it's like as long as this is yourself.
And do it. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that's what we were all doing, even when we were growing up too, like looking at people, you know, like
and being like, I want to be that.
Exactly. And you know, getting inspired. But it's like not to be exactly like them, right? But to see, oh, they're Black women doing their thing, being creative, embracing their fashion.
If I wanted to, I could.
You can't. Yeah, exactly. So, what do you do for yourself? Like as your own mental health, like taking a break from all the work and stuff you got going on?
If I still want to create, I will. Yeah. But I definitely will take breaks. Like, okay, you made videos, you've had clients, just take a load off. Yeah. First of all, breathing. I forget to breathe. So just breathing. It's like when everything's fast paced, you're doing this and that. Yeah. It's like, okay.
Take a second, step away from stuff. Yeah.
Booking my own vacation. Like, okay, from this time to this time, you're not going to take any clients. The Lord will provide. It's okay. You have money saved. You're fine. That is what, and then spending time with people. Yeah. When you're self-employed and making videos, like it's usually self, you forget that you have to talk to other humans. Especially being on social media and seeing all these examples of high life that you might not be at, to center yourself with like real human beings. Not to say social media isn't real human, but at the end of the day it kind of is, because like you shut off your phone, it doesn't exist anymore. Exactly. You gotta go out, touch grass, like go outside. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I have to do to stay centered. Otherwise I just go crazy or have a burnout, which is the worst when you're a creator. Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, like, I feel like, you know, you're doing what you love. So do you feel like you have more bandwidth to do it because you really enjoy what you do? Oh, definitely. Yeah. I'm definitely in a very privileged, there's a lot of people who still have to work while trying to do what they love. Like, I've been blessed enough to do what I love and two different sides, and it's made a way for me. That's awesome. Yeah. So I'm blessed. Yes. And what would you say about education for people who are trying to get into doing makeup and starting for the first time? Are there any things that you're offering to help those people out? Well, for personally, I will be offering like one-on-one classes, as well as group classes. COVID only allows so much, so as time progresses and as Baker makes way for us, I'll have something available for that. But for right now, I do have like one-on-one classes, courses. A lot of people who just want a face for Zoom and you just need a quick beat, nothing too insane. Offering that just so if you don't have time or the funds to hit me up, you can just reach me, or I can like do a video for you, or we just sit one-on-one. So offering that, as well as offering makeup tutorials, like virtual ones, so that if you, because of COVID, you don't really want to touch nobody, but you want to see like how to be exact with it, that as well. So that'll be coming soon. But as far as people who like, they're not too sure yet, YouTube Academy is always great. But if you can go to like an aesthetic school to learn skin, don't put stuff on your face without knowing skin. Like, please. You gotta get that core knowledge first. So as well as like stepping out of comfort zone and working for a brand, or working like at the counter or at a Sephora and an Ulta, just to get that experience. You gotta start somewhere. You got to, and it's okay to start somewhere. If you're just a cashier at Sephora or Ulta or any makeup store, you still have a foot in. Like, you're still gonna learn something. So start somewhere and start now. Like, don't wait, because makeup isn't going anywhere. We're always gonna need it. Right. So how about the brand deals that you've been able to get when it comes to like, so you can talk to us about some of what that experience has been like. So like I said, I started in 2014. So what is it? 20, how many years is that? 2021 to 14. was that 7 years? It's been 7 years of me doing makeup, and I'm just now starting to get brand deals. I've been doing makeup tutorials, people's makeup, posting my makeup for years, and I'm now getting brand deals.
It takes work.
It takes work and consistency. So unless you're serious about making sure you're on top of your content, it's gonna take a little longer. It will happen because brands always need someone to like show their makeup. So it's going to happen, but it will, not to say it will happen quicker because everyone's timeline is different, but in order to get where you want to be, consistency and quality, but don't kill yourself trying to have like
perfect
1080K. Like it doesn't take all that.
Do you think that, or are there any brands that you specifically like were super excited about, like, oh my god, I never thought?
So yes. So first off, one of the viral videos, because there's a couple. So one of the viral videos was a brand, it used to be Kat Von D, but because she's no longer part of the brand, it's KVD. And I remember working at Sephora and seeing their products and going like, oh, this is interesting. Okay. But I remember trying a foundation, and that video has, if you look at it now, it has 10.5 million views and mad shares, all that stuff. The brand reposted me on their page and all that, and I was like, oh snap. And again, it was just me being myself, doing what I do all the time, trying on foundation. I just recorded it, tagged them, and it was like, here you go. And
they're like, oh, this is the quality content we need.
People were like, oh, this is it. And then the brand reached out, was like, this is great. Can we use this? And I'm like, yes. And then the brand was like, this is great. Can we send you stuff? I was like, oh yes. And then I got an email out of nowhere saying, this was amazing. We want to use this as part of our advertisement. What's your budget?
Oh my gosh.
Yes. And that happened within a week. It like happened fast.
Yeah.
And the thing with brand deals and stuff, other brands pay attention.
Oh yeah.
Because if someone's using someone for their products and people love them, other brands gonna be like, well, we want them too.
Yeah, you already have a track record. They know you have a following, so that's perfect for them. Yeah.
And usually that also gives a sign that you're willing to work for them as well. Like once they see you working for another brand.
Yeah.
So even though it's been 7 years, like finally being able to like do what I love, like I'm working, but I'm not working for someone.
Right.
It's still my time. How I want to do it. It's just someone saw my personality and what I do was like, yeah, we like it.
That is awesome.
Which is super encouraging. So I don't know how long people have been doing whatever you're doing, but someone's always paying attention and going to see you.
Yeah.
That part. So I think that was amazing about getting the brand deal. Plus, like, I'm getting coin from a brand.
Right, exactly.
That was just good.
That's awesome. So where can everybody find you if they want to get their makeup done, if they want to learn?
Everywhere. I travel, so if you're somewhere, just let me know. Give me that plane ticket. But I am located in Western Mass, based in Western Mass more so. So if you are in Western Mass or you need me in Connecticut or other areas, just let me know. I can come to you. But follow me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, of course, all under the same name at Miss Tiana Nicole. And yeah, feel free to reach out to me for anything, like makeup questions, my TikTok. You can hit me up about TikTok, that's fine. Or if you just want to know more about what I do, like that's cool. I'll be replying.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me. It was fun.
So this has been C.HR with ariaunstewart and Miss Tiana Nicole. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I want to give a shout out to the Association of Black Business and Professionals. It is a networking opportunity where Black professionals and business owners come together and share resources. So thank you.
Bye. That's it. Yay.